Hi everyone, it's Yvonne here. I'm a wedding celebrant specialising in weddings and elopements across Europe and in England. So it's really nice to be here today. What I wanted to talk to you about today was answering one of the questions I often get asked about what can a celebrant actually do? Because even today, after 12 years of being a celebrant, I know that it's sometimes quite difficult to understand what it is that I can do and what it is that a celebrant can do in terms of offering you the, I don't know, quite unique, I guess, ceremony that you might be looking for. So I've been a celebrant for 12 years, and the reason I became a celebrant was because it offered couples, possibly like yourselves, a lot more choice and flexibility, and also this kind of unique approach to having a wedding or an elopement that actually reflects your beliefs and your values and the things that are important to you, and can also include family and friends, and basically become something that is a one-off, unique occasion that you'll always look back on and say, well, I'm so glad that we had a celebrant ceremony, because we couldn't have done that at the registry or town hall or in the church. Now, obviously, these other places are still very popular in terms of where you want to become legally married, or if you have faith and you want to celebrate in that faith, then yes, of course, you go ahead and do that. And as a celebrant in Europe and in England, my ceremonies are always symbolic. They're non-legal ceremonies, which means that you do need to go to the town hall or register office to get the legal protection of marriage. But that service and ceremony is prescribed because it's under contract law, and it does mean that you have very little wiggle room in terms of what you might like to include. So things like culture, language, heritage, and faith cannot be included in a civil secular ceremony. But a celebrant ceremony, and obviously you can see that I'm smiling now because I know that my ceremonies are, just so much broader and wider than a ceremony that you would have in a church or a registry office or town hall. And it does mean that you can choose so many more aspects of what is in that ceremony. And as an experienced celebrant, I'm here to advise and support and encourage. I want my couples to feel that all of their ideas and wishes and plans are perfectly fine. So what I try to say is yes to almost everything. Now, that might be in terms of format or location, or time of day, or day of the week, or day of the year. And it does mean that the flexibility is there for you as a couple. It's not about me saying, you can't do this, you can't have that, that's not available. The ceremony itself is the words and the meaning that you want to have included. So the structure of a celebrant ceremony might well look something like what you've experienced before at other wedding ceremonies, but I do know that a lot of my couples haven't actually been to many or any other weddings at all. So when we meet, I have the wonderful task of sort of opening their eyes and making sure that they understand that there really is no wrong door for them to go through as far as I'm concerned. You can have your ceremony indoors, outside, in a licensed or approved venue. In England, these are venues that have been licensed and approved for civil marriages, but that doesn't mean that a celebrant can't also hold a ceremony there. So it's something to ask your venues if you're in the UK. Do they offer or have a preferred celebrant or an approved celebrant that they like to work with? Now, I don't have any venues in the UK that I'm approved to work in now, because I've been working outside of the UK for quite some time. But I do still conduct weddings in the UK. And this is something that I want to make clear now, that is still available. I do work across Europe and in Germany, the German-speaking parts of Europe, because I'm bilingual in German and English. I'm also currently learning Italian, but it's early days yet. And my schoolgirl French is not too bad, apparently. I can still kind of manage with the day-to-day conversation in French. And I would love to do more bilingual ceremonies or even trilingual ceremonies. I know that some couples have an amazing relationship story and so have traveled maybe across continents where they meet and get to know each other and then suddenly end up in another completely different place and want to celebrate with their family and friends in a place of beauty, a place of meaning, and where they can actually commit in a way that suits them. So what a celebrant can do is to support all their ideas and wishes. So that does mean that in terms of the numbers or participants, I'm not restricted at all. I've done elopements where there's just me and the photographer and the couple, and we've stood at a glacial lake in Bavaria, and I've stood in the bubble of love, as I call it, with them, created a ceremony for them, and help them to ground themselves in the place where they are and allow them to feel the full impact and joy of being together in those private moments. And also take messages from family, close family have not been able to attend, or they've chosen to do this on their own privately. And so family members might not well be there, but the wishes can be sent to me. And I will relay those wishes on the day. Or we can have smaller, what I call small intimate ceremonies with guests around 25 to 35 guests, perhaps. In Switzerland, Austria and Germany, these have been ceremonies which I've loved doing in castles and beautiful 5-star hotels or outdoors by lakeside. And also in the UK, where I've conducted ceremonies for anything up to 250 guests, including the couple. And that might mean a hotel or a venue, even castles. And I do love castles and historic houses. And these, again, provide a really epic opportunity for photographs and for memories to be made and for everyone to feel really special. So what a celebrant can do is almost limitless. I know celebrants who have officiated in hot air balloons underwater in various different formats. I'm not as adventurous as that, but I'm quite happy to go halfway up a mountain or even to the top of a mountain to help a couple really celebrate the way that they want to celebrate. What we can't do is we can't be imposters. So I will not fulfill a ceremony request for a fully religious ceremony because I don't feel that that's my skill or experience. I'm authentically me, and so I do know that I might have some limitations in terms of my style and personality. I do hope that my couples all feel that there is a connection with me. I'm sure the ones that I've booked for next year all realise that I'm a totally over-enthusiastic person when it comes to their ceremony. So I will be doing my 100% best to make sure that they have a wonderful, wonderful ceremony and occasion. But what I also can't do is to say the legal word. So I do not ask if anyone knows of any impediment, and I also don't pronounce my couples as lawfully wedded husband and wife, because that would be inauthentic and also perhaps quite disingenuous of me to do so. I do prefer that my couples let their family and friends know that they're having a celebrant and that they can really understand fully why they've chosen a celebrant, which is because they want their own personalities, their values and beliefs, and their story to be respected and give them the flexibility of choice. So that's it, really. It's not a nutshell, I guess, because I've been talking for nearly 10 minutes. And I hope that you find some value in this video when you come to catch up. Do let me know in the comments what you feel about a celebrant-led ceremony and whether you'd like to get in touch with me. Obviously, I'm here on my channel, but you can contact me through my Facebook page, Yvonne Beck Bilingual Celebrant, or my Instagram, Celebrant_Yvonne. So have a great day and enjoy your wedding planning.